How's it going, everybody? It's Warren, and Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures have worked out their deal for Spider-Man to remain in the MCU, and Spider-Man 3 is about to begin production. We have a lot of news about Spider-Man 3 today, including when the film is going to start production, where they're going to film it, which also tells us where part of the movie is going to take place, a hint at who the main villain could be, and of course the connection to Venom and Morbius. So we have a lot to break down today. I'm still doing my Xbox One and PS4 giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be subscribed with notifications turned on, like the video, and comment down below about the video. Spider-Man 3 is set to hit theaters on July 16th of 2021. That's about a year and a half away, and according to comicbook.com, they have learned that Spider-Man 3 is set to begin filming and production in July. The production is scheduled to go on until November. But some interesting locations have been revealed about where they're going to be filming. The film locations are Atlanta, New York, Los Angeles, and Iceland. Now, Atlanta is sometimes used to replicate New York. Many film studios do this. In fact, Marvel Studios did this for Avengers Endgame. But they are also filming in New York. So if Atlanta is going to double as New York and they're also filming in New York, it seems like Spider-Man is actually going to be returning home. Peter Parker really wasn't in New York that much in Spider-Man Far From Home. Of course, it was about him being away from home, but many people wanted the nostalgic feel of Spider-Man swinging on skyscrapers and through the skyscrapers in the film, something that we briefly got at the end where he swung with MJ. Well, it looks like Spider-Man is going to be returning to New York, so it looks like we are going to get more of that. And then you have LA, which of course all of the studios are in LA, so it makes perfect sense that they would shoot there. But let's talk about Iceland. Many studios have used Iceland as a production location before, including Marvel Studios for Thor: The Dark World. But why would Marvel Studios be filming in Iceland? What do they need Iceland for? Well, Iceland has a vast scenery. It's a beautiful place with many locations that look very different. So Marvel Studios for Spider-Man 3 is most likely using Iceland to look like Russia. And the reason that they are most likely going to do this is because they are planning on introducing Kraven the Hunter as the villain of Spider-Man 3. Kraven the Hunter has been rumored to be the main villain of Spider-Man 3 for some time now, and it makes perfect sense. At the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, Mysterio made everybody think that Peter Parker was the villain. He made everybody think that he tried to kill multiple people, and he made everyone think that he killed Mysterio. And as we saw in the Morbius trailer, which I'll get into in a bit, everybody thinks that Spider-Man is in fact a murderer. So we know that he's going to be on the run in Spider-Man 3. And it seems like it's going to be Kraven the Hunter, one of Spider-Man's most formidable foes, that is going to be hunting him down. Now, Chameleon was in Spider-Man Far From Home, and Chameleon is the half-brother of Kraven the Hunter. So perhaps it's his brother Chameleon who calls Kraven the Hunter to come hunt Spider-Man. Several insiders in the community have been teasing Kraven the Hunter as the main villain, especially recently. And it makes a ton of sense if you consider what Sony and Marvel are trying to do with Spider-Man. They're creating their own shared universe, and they're setting up the Sinister Six. It's already been confirmed that Sony is talking to Tom Holland about a Spider-Man cameo in Venom 2. We also just got the Morbius trailer, which takes place in the same universe that Venom takes place in. And in the Morbius trailer, we saw Spider-Man's picture with the word murderer over it. But then we saw Vulture, and everybody freaked out because Vulture is from the MCU. So does this mean that Morbius and Venom take place in the MCU? Well, the answer is yes, but also no. It's been reported that in the new negotiations between Sony and Marvel over Spider-Man remaining in the MCU, Sony worked out a deal for them to be able to reference MCU characters and MCU events in their own Spider-Man universe. So the events that happened in Spider-Man Far From Home happened in the same universe as Morbius and Venom. However, as the reports currently stand, the events that happen in Morbius and Venom aren't going to affect the MCU, only the Spider-Man film in the MCU. This is why they kind of are, but kind of aren't in the MCU. It seems very clear that Marvel and Sony are setting up the Sinister Six. We have Kraven the Hunter coming in, his brother Chameleon, Vulture has made an appearance in the Morbius trailer. Then of course we have Morbius, who knows if Mysterio is actually dead or not. And then of course there's room for an Osborn to come in, or a Venom or Carnage, depending on how Venom 2 plays out. We know that the deal worked out between Sony and Marvel was for one Spider-Man solo film and then a crossover film. film. And right now it's looking like the crossover film is probably going to be the Sinister Six. Right now that's what several of the insiders in the community are saying, but nothing is confirmed yet. However, with the production of Spider-Man 3 happening very soon, we are going to find out a lot more, including who the main villain is going to be, which is most likely Kraven the Hunter. So, would you like this? Would you like for Kraven the Hunter to be the main villain of Spider-Man 3, hunting him down as he's running from the law, and eventually go on to set up the Sinister Six for the next Spider-Man film? And how do you feel about the Sonyverse kind of going into the MCU? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. And let me know who you think should play Kraven the Hunter. Also, don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe with notifications turned on so you can stay up to date on everything relating to Spider-Man, and so you can enter my giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox One or a PS4. I'm picking a winner at 550,000 subscribers. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.